Hello all. Today we are going to discuss the topic redemption of preference shares under the subject of corporate accounting. Ordinarily, a company is not permitted to return any paid up share capital to its member except with the permission of the court in accordance with the requirements of section 48 of the Companies Act 2013. However, Section 55 of the Companies Act 2013 empowers the companies for the issue and redemption of preference shares. A company limited by shares has the power to issue redeemable preference shares provided it is so authorized by its articles. Such shares can be redeemed either at the option of the company or after the expiry of the fixed period of time stipulated at the time of issue. The period of redemption, however, cannot exceed 20 years from the date of issue of such shares by the virtue of provision of section 52 subsection 2. The company thus enjoys the flexibility in redemption of the preference shares within the maximum specified period of 20 years. A company may redeem its preference shares only on the terms on which they were issued or as varied after due approval of the preference shareholders under section 48 of the Companies Act 2013, and the preference shares may be redeemed at a fixed time or on the happening of a particular event. B. Any time at the company's option or any time at the shareholders' option. So these are the three ways we can say that for the time period the company may decide to redeem the preference shares. In case of infrastructure company, the period of redemption may vary from 20 to 30 years, but in no case it cannot be exceeded 30 years. Now, we are going to discuss the legal provisions regarding the redemption of preference shares. Redemption must be made out of profits of the company or out of the proceeds of the fresh issue for this purpose only. All these guidelines or provisions are mentioned under the section 55 of the Companies Act 2013. The next one is such shares cannot be redeemed unless they are fully paid. The premium, if any, payable on redemption must be provided for out of profits of the company or out of the security premium account. Where any such shares are redeemed out of profit, a sum equal to the nominal amount of the shares so redeemed must be transferred out of profits of the company to a reserve called Capital Redemption Reserve Account. In short, we can also mention it as CRR account, Capital Redemption Reserve Account. The Capital Redemption Reserve Account may be applied by the company in paying up unissued shares of the companies to be issued to the members of the company as fully paid bonus shares. Otherwise, Capital Redemption Reserve Account must be maintained intact unless otherwise sanctioned by the court. Reduction of preference shares should not be regarded as a reduction of the authorized capital of the company, and as such the reduced shares should remain part of the authorized capital and must be shown in the balance sheet. Now, profits that can be available for redemption. Section 55 permits the redemption of the preference shares out of profits which would otherwise be available for dividend. Hence, Capital Redemption Reserve Account must be created only from out of such divisible profits. Here is a table which shows that which kind of profits are available for redemptions and which kind of profits we cannot use for redemption. Firstly, we are going to discuss profits available for redemption, that is general reserve, reserve fund, statement of profit and loss, that is credit balance of statement of profit and loss, dividend equalization fund, insurance fund, workman compensation fund if there is no specific liability, workman accident fund if there is no specific liability, and voluntary debenture sinking fund. Now, profits which are not available for redemption: security premium account, share forfeited account, profits prior to incorporation, capital reserve, development rebate reserve, and investment allowance reserve. Now, creation of Capital Redemption Reserve Account. Section 55 provides two sources out of which preference share capital can be redeemed. It can be redeemed either out of proceeds of the fresh issue of share capital, equity or preference, or out of divisible profits. Where the preference shares are to be redeemed out of the profits, an amount equal to the nominal value of the shares so redeemed must be transferred out of company's profit to a specified reserve called capital redemption reserve account. The amount to be credited to this account is arrived by using the following two ways. When the redeemable preference shares are redeemed wholly out of profits, in that case, the amount of divisible profits to be transferred to capital redemption reserve account will be equal to the nominal value of the redeemable preference shares so redeemed. B. When the redeemable preference shares are redeemed partly out of profits and partly out of the proceeds of the fresh issue of shares, in such a case, the amount of difference between the nominal value of redeemable preference shares redeemed and proceeds, that is nominal value of fresh issue, shall be transferred to the capital redemption reserve account. So, this CRR account is non-distributable and can be used only for the purpose of issuing fully paid bonus shares. The objective is to safeguard the interest of the creditors from the effects of reduction in capital. Now, premium on redemption. When the redeemable preference shares are to be redeemed at a premium, the amount of premium payable on redemption can be provided either out of the security premium account or from any type of profits of the company. The term used in section 55 as profits without any qualification as to the nature of the profits, it means capital profits could also be utilized for the premium, if any, payable on redemption of the preference shares. Thus, even the debenture premium can be utilized for this purpose as well. So, all these are the legal provisions relating to the redemption of preference shares. In the next video, we will going to discuss the accounting treatment of redemption of preference shares. Thank you.